So you say, we showed 26. Can we prove it? Are they different? Show us. You stay. You watch. We're going to show it to you right now.
I want to welcome you back to a continuation of our discussions concerning the creation of the Quran, or creating the Quran, based on the book, this particular book that is titled this way by Dr. Stephen Shoemaker. But obviously, we, myself and Dr. Jay Smith, have been venturing into deeper discussions related to the Quran from the research that Dr. Jay have done, my own, of course, research, and many videos that, or video series, to be honest, that we have done about the Quran, and the many interactions and encounters he himself has experienced at the Speaker's Corner. We showed you a video last time that was aired, I believe, in 2016, showing that there are multiple versions of the Quran. Dr. Jay, Sister Hatun, and their team were down there, and you can see the reaction, the shocking reaction that many of the Muslims in the crowd have basically exhibited. And you can't blame them for that, because they are, for the first time, getting caught basically by surprise that the Quran, that every single Muslim believes in to be a perfectly preserved book, actually have varieties of it, different versions. And you cannot say the different versions are the exact same one that are perfectly preserved in the preserved tablet up in heaven. That's the dilemma that our Muslim friends have to wrestle with, as the Quran itself states it. I believe in chapter 85, verses 21 and 22, where it talks about the preserved tablets. But nevertheless, we are now faced, if you're a Muslim, with a serious problem, because the book that you've spent all of your life believing in actually have different ways to teach you about many theological issues, and you have to decide which one of those versions was the preserved one in heaven. Dr. Jay, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. Great to see that video of Hatun, 5'2". Look at the damage she did. There was that 6'6" standing right there next to her. Did not know what to do. What
Right.
and exactly were these Qur'ans? Hatun had gone down to North Africa. She was doing some teaching down there. She had been called to do some teaching, and of course she wanted to get a Arabic Quran. Now, she doesn't speak Arabic herself. She's from Turkey. So she went into the shop in a city there in Morocco. I won't tell you the name of the city, but she went to a nondescript Muslim shop, and she asked the guy behind the counter, could you give me an Arabic Quran? And he said, which one would you like? And she says, what do you mean, which one will I like? And she says, well, we have Hafs here, we have Warsh, we have Kalun, we have Kasai. And she says, stop, what are you talking about? He says, well, which one are the ones that you like to memorize? Each family has one they memorize. That is your tradition, or which family do you come from? She said, well, give me all of them. They only cost a few dollars. So she came back with about 5 or 6 of these different Qurans, all in Arabic. She'd never heard this before. Having grown up in a Muslim family, her father was a well-known imam in Turkey. She had never been told this by her father. She had always been told what you've been seeing on the screen. One book, not one word, not one letter, not one harf, not one surah, not one ayah has been changed. Not one. It is eternal. That's what she's been told. And here she's finding this guy was going to sell her about 5 or 6 of this. She came back to London and she showed me them, and I started laughing, because I remember in seminary when we were going this, when we were talking about these are the Qira'ats. The Qira'ats are the different readings, the readings of the Quran. And I had thought that they had all been destroyed. I had been told in my courses, in my studies, that these were all thrown into the Nile River in 1924 by Muhammad al-Hazaini al-Haddad, that he was there from Al-Azhar University. He was the one that took all the 29 of them, threw them into the river, and left just this one, the Hafs. This is why it became the standard. It was the only one that was retained. And the others were thrown away because they were having such a problem in their high school tests, standardized tests. These high school students were coming up with 30 different answers because there were 30 different Qurans, 30 different verses, 30 different meanings, different theologies. And of course, you can see the consternation this happens in just the city of Cairo. So I thought that they'd all been destroyed, and here she found 6 of them. She said, well, how many should I find? I said, there should be about 30 of them. So why don't you go and do it? So she started asking different friends who were going to Jordan, or if they were going to Morocco, if they're going to Yemen, those three countries, Jordan, Morocco, and Yemen. If you're flying there, I need this one. You need this one. I gave you the list. You can get them. Listen, any one of you can go up on Wikipedia, and we're going to actually show you the 30 we're talking about. They're all listed there. But we're going to show you something special about those 30. I'm going to unpack them in an upcoming video. Now, what she did is she came back with these. By the time 2016, she had already collected 26 of them. That's what we held up. By that time, I said, we've got to go public with this. And I remember at first she wasn't sure we should show this. And I said, this is the place to do it. Speaker's Corner is a bastion of freedom of speech. You can say anything you want. You can show anything you want. This is the place you can do it. You can't do it in Turkey. You can't do it in any Muslim world, but you can do it here. And so that's why we took them down in 2016 in June and held them up. You saw the reaction.
Right.
So what are these? Let me just go. I want to go to the slide now, and I want to just show you. These are her 26. So let's just put them up one by one on the slide here. So the first one there is Susi. I won't go through all of them because some of them are too small. There's Abi al-Jafar. So that was written by, here's one by Yaqub. The name that you see is the name of the person who actually compiled it. That is the name of the individual who compiled it. And they all come from actually six cities. They all come from Mecca, Medina, Basra, Kufa, Damascus, or Cairo. So 6 different cities, all of these. And we're going to get into that when we unpack this a little bit later. Here's Duri ibn Amr al-Bahasri. So that means he's from Basra. Here's Ibn Amir. There you have Khalaf al-Ashar. Then here you have... I should let you read this because I'm desecrating it.
People can see it,
But you can see it. Each one of these, there's Warish, but there's more than one Warish. There's also more than one Hafs.
Exactly.
There are 7 of them, but not in this list. This 26, she didn't come to those yet. So these, I'm just going to put up one after another, and you can notice each one of them has a different name, a different author, which means it's a different Quran. Not one of these are the same. Not one of these. How many differences? We'll come to that. Hold on a minute. We'll get to it. But I just want to put them up. These are the 26 Qurans. You notice they're brand new. You can buy them. Most of these you can now get on the internet. I have 9 of them in my own home. But these are the 26 that she found in 3 different countries, in Morocco, in Jordan, in Yemen. But not that she found, others found for her. She just gave the list and said, I need this one, I need that one. By the time 2016 came around, those are the 26. So there they are. You can see these. Every one of them is a different Quran. No 2 are alike.
And now, clarify what you mean by different Quran, because Muslims will say, no. I mean, look, it says the same thing here and here, but there are differences. That's what you mean. Exactly. Based on the Quranic standard that it is the same Quran, perfectly preserved, no one can change it.
Yeah. Now, what I want to do, when you look at these here, these 26, I want to show you another slide here. Take a look at this slide, because these are the 37 that Hatun owns today. These 37 here. Notice those 37. Count them. There are 7 more than 30. There's supposed to be only 30. Where did the other 7 come from? The other 7 are all Hafs Qurans that were made between 1924 and 1936. Because there were so many mistakes, there were so many errors that they had to keep changing and republishing them. And so she's got the 7 other ones between 1924 and 1936 that were then made as the standard for all of Egypt, but just the country of Egypt. It was so successful in Egypt that in 1985, King Fahd then produced and said that this book, the Hafs, the one you have here. But I'm going to go back to the slides and show you one more slide, because I want to show you this one here. These are Bernie Powers, my good friend in Australia. These are 23 that he has collected. And he and his team down there in Australia have gone and looked just between 2 of them. They've looked between the Hafs and the Warsh. The Hafs is memorized by 93% of Muslims today in the world. That's the standard one. The Warsh is memorized by all those living in North Africa, and that's about 3% of the Muslim world's population. So those are the 2 most popular amongst the 30. All 30 are out there. Hatun is able to find all 30 of them. We only showed 26 there in 2016. I have 9 in my office. I don't know how many you have. Bernie Power has 23. And he just compared the Hafs and the Warsh. And guess what he found? Just by looking at the Hafs and the Warsh, he found 5,000 differences. Now, if you have 5,000 different words, you have 5,000 different meanings. If you have 5,000 different meanings, some of those meanings change the doctrine, some of them change the theology, others change the practice.
And I want to add, even if it means the same, the fact that is pronounced or said differently That's a change.
That's a change.
Yeah.
So when you hear this reference after reference, Muslim after Muslim saying not one word, not one letter, not even one harf, not one dot or one vowelization has been changed.
That's right.
This shuts that whole argument down. And all we had to do was hold them up so everybody could see. What I'm going to do in the next episode, though, Al-Fadi, I want to go and explain exactly what we're talking about. Let's look and see historically where this all came from. Because when Shoemaker is saying that this Quran even existed in its final form at the time of Al-Hajjaj and also Abd Malik, I would say, hold on a minute. It did not exist that early. Even that's still too early, because what we're going to show next. So that's for the next episode.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for clarifying that. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed what we have shared with you so far, and we look forward to having you again next time. Until then, have a blessed day. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel CIRA International and click on the bell so that you receive notifications whenever we publish a new video or go live. I would also like to appeal to you to consider becoming a Patreon patron by clicking the link right below. By doing so, you can give towards the production of these videos. There are also other options for you where you can give to our channel. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.